Are we encouraging consumerism?
Hey Frugal Peeps, Joel and Christy here, and what are we doing today?
Today we are going to be talking about what we will be buying in 2025. Now, there's a trending video topic that's going around on YouTube right now of people saying things that they will not be buying in 2025, which is a great topic, but we thought let's do a little spin on this and have a little fun with it and tell you things that we will be buying in 2025.
And so you may be thinking to yourself or asking the question that we asked at the beginning, are you encouraging consumerism? Are you not satisfied with what you have? And those are great questions. But let's get into the list of things that we plan to spend money on, and maybe that will answer some of your questions.
The first one on our list of things that we will be buying in 2025 is, well, food. And you may be thinking, well, duh. How do you plan to eat if you don't buy any?
This corporation's not going to build itself.
But really what we want to say about this food topic is there are two things that we're including in this list. One is restaurants. We see going to restaurants by ourselves. We're not telling you that you should necessarily see it that way.
Yep.
But we see it as supporting the restaurant industry. If you're not familiar, Joel works in a restaurant. So to us, to just not support it at all by never going to a restaurant would seem kind of odd, because it's actually what, we depend on for his living. Mm-hmm. So we want to encourage that industry. So we do budget every month to be able to go to restaurants. The second thing is, while obviously we're going to buy food, this year we decided that we weren't going to try to decrease our spending more, and that if we spent a little bit more on our groceries, that we were okay with that. For so many years, I can't even remember how long, we have budgeted $600 every month for groceries. Yep. But we average, I think in 2024, we averaged $348, something like that we actually spent on groceries. So we said to ourselves, we could try to decrease it more, but we don't want to forego health. By the way, there's 3 adults here. Yeah. We don't want to forego health to save a buck. And so we said, let's be okay with if we spent $350 or if we spend $375. We have $600 budgeted. It's okay for us not to go to spend less, mm-hmm. which we've done every year for like 3 or 4 years. We've just decreased it more and more. Yep. And we're like, let's be okay with spending a little bit more. Yeah. So that in that way, we're spending something that we weren't by just saying we're willing to go higher on what we were spending.
That's right. The second thing that we're going to be spending money on this year is our little mini fund. As most of you know, our little granddaughter was born almost a year ago. She's almost a year old now. Mm-hmm. And so as, good JoJo's and Kiki's, because that's what she's going to call us.
Hopefully.
We will be spending money on her. So
we have a little fund.
We have a little fund a little sinking fund we have for her that we buy things out of. And we will be spending that money this year.
We have it so that if they need any help with anything like diapers and wipes, we want to be there for them for those little things, because we know what it was like when we had little ones, and it was like, just finding the money for diapers and wipes sometimes mm-hmm. was a challenge. So we want to be there for that. But also, if we see a little outfit that we think is cute and we want to get it for, we want to have a little money budgeted for it. So our third one is travel and entertainment. Now, we do live in Orlando. We live close to the theme parks. Every year we budget for annual passes to Disney World. So that is our entertainment. Like, we have a little money set aside for that every month so that we can go, we go several times a month, usually 3 or 4 times a month. We go, but the annual pass is already paid for, because we budgeted ahead for it. So that's part of the entertainment. Also, when we said that about the restaurants earlier, we actually include restaurants in entertainment. So if we run out of money in the entertainment our fund money line item, we don't go out to eat anymore that month. So
right.
that one falls under it. And as far as travel goes, if you know us, if you've been around for a while, you know that we live in Orlando, but like Joel's mom, my extended family, they all live in Mississippi, and then our son and daughter-in-law live in Tennessee. So it is important to us to be able to visit our family. So travel has always been very important to us. So we always make sure that we have a travel sinking fund to pay for those trips, so that, especially with our granddaughter, we don't want to miss out on everything. So we like to go and see her. So, travel and entertainment.
That's right. Number 4, the fourth thing we're going to be spending money on this year is our gifts sinking fund. That includes Christmas gifts, birthday gifts, anything like that. We set aside a certain amount. We put that in the sinking fund, and then when it's time for gifts, we take it out of there. So we're not taking it out of our normal budget or money that we don't have. Right. So every year we go into a fully funded, we get a fully funded gift sinking fund, and we pull all of our gifts out of that.
Yeah, including like Christmas, birthdays, and anything else. If anybody else, like if there's a shower or, something like that, it would all come out of that sinking fund.
Yep.
Our 5th one is household essentials. Now, if you follow us, you know that we have that $600 grocery budget. And if we have money left over at the end of the month, and our grocery budget, which, like we've already established, we usually have a couple hundred.
Yep.
We move that to a household essentials sinking fund. That is where we buy anything like toiletries, cleaning products, if we need anything like vinegar, baking soda, anything like that. But also if we say we feel like we need new kitchen towels, or we need to replace mattresses in our bedrooms, anything like that, it comes out of our household essentials sinking fund. And we do know that there's a possibility we'll be buying mattresses before the end of the year. So what I am saying is, if what we need to buy for our house is something that comes under that household essentials, if we have money in the household essentials sinking fund, and we feel like that's something we need for our house, we'll be spending that money on that said need, like mattresses.
That's right. All right, so we have a bonus one that we will be spending money on this year. We are saving for a new car, or a new to us car. Not that we'll definitely buy one in 2025, but just if it's needed, because our current car is pretty old. We've had it since 2013, so we've had it almost going on 12 years now.
But it's a 2008.
It's a 2008 car, so it's almost 17 years old.
Right.
Still runs decent. We've had to replace a couple things on it, but it's been pretty durable.
We always say it's not pretty anymore because like the paint has chipped on it and stuff.
Yeah. But we do need to be prepared to buy a new one when this one finally conks out on us. Yeah. Whenever that is.
And if for some reason that's in 2025, then we'll have to buy a car in 2025.
Yep.
If it doesn't, then hopefully we'll be able to go a little bit longer.
Yep.
But that's why we called it a bonus, because we might not buy one. Yeah. But we might.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. We just want to be prepared. So now the answer to the question, are we encouraging consumerism? Not at all. But what we are saying is that if you prepare ahead for a purchase and you budgeted for it, or you set up a sinking fund for it, and then you spend the money for it, you don't have to feel guilty about that.
That's right.
That's what if you noticed, we said budgeted or sinking fund on every single thing that we said that we were going to buy.
Yep. Now, some of you may be new to frugality or budgeting, and you might get frustrated because sometimes you'll hear people say, "I'm so frugal, I would never spend any money unless it was absolutely necessary." Or, "I thought you were frugal. Why are you spending money on that?" And then all of a sudden, you're feeling guilty that you spent money on something that you actually budgeted for. And what we want to say is that it's your budget. You control your budget. Nobody else does. You get to decide how you spend your money, and you don't have to justify spending to anyone else. No guilt. No one pays your bills but you. So whatever you want to spend your money on, whatever you budgeted for, that's frugalness to you, just like it is to us. So don't let anybody else try to tell you what frugality is, because you can decide that for yourself. If it's in your budget and you've covered your four walls, then go for it. All right, well, that's it for today. Tell us in the comments below something that you do plan to spend money on this year that you have budgeted for. Let's normalize spending money on things that are in our budgets and sinking funds, because it's okay.
That's what they're there for.
That's what it's there for. That's exactly right. So drop us those comments below. But until next time, don't forget it's the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
All right. Let's do a fun little spin on this idea. And instead of telling you what we will not buy, we're going to tell you what we will not buy.
Okay.